Hi guys and welcome. Stick with me today because this is an exciting one. It's a good one. You're going to want it because when I found out I could do it, I was blown away. So just stick around. Some of you may not want to be here. I don't either. I'm an earth girl. So I wish I was on a farm somewhere with chickens and dirt and picking eggs, but I'm here in a condo doing my best. All right, let me get my glasses and start you off because we don't need no big intro. You know I love you all and I appreciate your subscribing and spending time with me. And I want to make it valuable. So look at all these things. What if I told you you could make this tomato paste? Comes in tubes, expensive, over $3. This is gourmet Italian shop, over several dollars. This one's probably closer to $4. It has honey on it. I don't know why. I'm going to move them away as we go through. These are just props to show you what you could make. V8 juice. Love these Bloody Marys. Healthy drinking, virgin, Bloody Mary mix, okay? And this one I have set up here so I don't forget, and I'm going to be reading notes, Goya tomato sauce. I'm going to start with the most used, important one in my house, and I'll tell you, it's a perfect example today, and guess why? It's the little can of the tomato paste that we all use in our pastas, this, and that, and I don't have any. I ran out of it. Now, let me reveal the secret to all of this. I've watched Homesteaders. I love you all. Got my friend Stephanie, Heavenly Homesteaders. Love you, girl. She does this in the fresh tomato way, soups, sauces and canning and all of that. I don't have that here. And I don't have that kind of skill or time. And I want to share the fast way. I got honey on me, guys. 1 second. I want to share the fast way with you guys so that if you are like me, and you like to make your own stuff and you enjoy healthier things than the store-bought like I'm into and getting into more and more every day. This really should have been an apron day if I want to be a homesteader or a farm girl like I wish. I would love to be on a farm. Okay, you see my little, I set up for it. I even turned my board over to the wood side, but something in my cupboard is leaking honey. I wouldn't be Janine if I didn't have a problem. But I keep it real. If you hear the dog bark and the bell ring or the lock turn, that's Vinny coming home from rehab. Okay, here's the secret, guys. Okay, I don't have time to go and get all these fresh natural tomatoes. Look at the label closely. This is organic tomato powder. Okay, if I had had a dehydrator, I would have just taken fresh tomatoes from the store, plum tomatoes, put them in the dehydrator, get them completely dried. They're real tomatoes, fresh, organic, and ground down to what I have here. This isn't terribly expensive. I believe this was under $10 for this bag. Maybe not. I will link it and give you all the info. But to me, it's worth it if I get this one item out of today, and so to you. If you get just one out of the 3 I'm going to show you, I've helped you, I think, and I've helped myself because that's where I'm with it. So I'm going to read because, like I said, I went everywhere and all over between Homesteaders and fresh tomatoes and dehydrated till I finally said the light bulb in my brain, let me do it my way. How can I do that? And I went on and I bought this, and now I have some recipes I put together for you. Now the first one up we're going to do because it's beautiful and I said I don't have it. I'm probably going to make a mess here. I got my jars ready out to store. Now the first one we're going to be making is the tomato paste. It's 6 tablespoons of the powder. Okay, let's put this somewhere. Well, you know what it is. I'm going to put it here so you can see behind me, right near me. I have everything measured up to speed things up. You know me with my preparedness, because I got tired of saying mise en place in French. That means on the ready. Just, it's good to have your things ready, whether you're cooking, baking, whatever you're doing. I try to do this even off camera. Honestly, guys, I'm not full of baloney. I try to do it because it makes cooking easier and more of a pleasure when you have everything and you don't have to go crazy. You see me stepping away from camera often because I don't have something. Okay, 6 tablespoons of the powder and a ½ cup of water should give us tomato paste. Let's see. I'm going to go near the sink, guys. I will show you the consistency as I get it done. Okay. It could take more, a little less. See, already I see it soaking it up because they're real dehydrated tomatoes turned into powder. Oh my God, this is... My mouth drools on powdered tomatoes. Seriously, Janine? Seriously? I think I have like a drool defect. Oh man, this is exciting. Oh, and I've shown you in other videos how to store tomato paste. Get yourself, I'm going to talk while I'm doing this because it's hard to make sure I get the right amount of water and the consistency. Get yourself those condiment cups I shared on another video. Any vessel that will go in your freezer to store tomato paste. I'll show you mine at the end of the video if you stay to the end, that you don't have to. But they're condiment and plastic, and what I do is I portion out my tomato paste. See now today, even for the video's purposes, I use 6 tablespoons. I got a great amount of this, but I'm going to break it down even further. I'm going to break it down because look at the consistency. There you go, guys. There you go. Tomato paste right before your eyes. We made smells fabulous. Okay, can't get past that. The texture is phenomenal. I could, if I had time, I don't want to take it up on you. We could have poured out the jar. We could have did the other one. You'll see they're the same. They're the same. Okay, I stand behind this. This is awesome. This is what made me want to do this video in the first place. I saw the one item and that was it. I said, you know how much I use tomato paste? And you're saying, Janine, that's a lot. I don't need all that. You either portion it off, okay? Or I can give you the ideas for the big tomato paste addition recipes. Penne alla vodka. It's like half of this amount. It's a lot of tomato paste, but that's what it is. Half and half if you want to go light or heavy cream with onion and vodka, and the main component is tomato paste. Let me jar it, guys, right here quick. Tomato paste is the main ingredient that goes in penne alla vodka. Rigatoni alla vodka, any pasta alla vodka. Alla vodka simply is tomato paste and cream. Or if you have marinara, if you have homemade marinara, whatever you want to call it, if you have that on hand, you use that rather than the tomato paste. The difference will be the tomato paste is going to give you a more condensed tomato-rich flavor, which I happen to like. I don't make my penne alla vodka with anything but tomato paste. There you go, guys. Okay? There's a little condiment jar. And I bought these. These, I have a case of them because these are good for jams. And now I have something else to put in them. I didn't realize it. Okay. These are your little jam jars. Put that in there because I'm going to use this. I'm going to do that purposeful thinking and cooking like I showed and shared in the celery, because I just made this fresh for the video. Now you know by tomorrow night, I probably will make a big batch of penne alla vodka pasta. So put that one aside. Okay, next up, I use that often, and I'm going to share recipes in the description with what we've done here in the measurements, okay? Next sauce, we all use this constantly. This is the 8 ounce, okay? I'm going to be sharing recipes. To give you one example, I do my Spanish beans with these. Puerto Rican, Spanish, Latin, whatever you want to say, Cuban. They all require the tomato sauce, okay? Now, I'm going to put that aside for you, and I'm going to show you how that one's done. This blows me away. I hope I'm not the only one excited. What I did fail to say with the tomato paste, when you finish it, as you're mixing it, if you had wanted, you could have added salt for flavoring and sugar. But you know, your girl watches her sodium, and now my honey's getting into watching his sugar. So we left it completely out. Total control on the food, guys. And you know, you plant-based people, and love you all, you would love that because you can control the sugar. You don't like sugar in a lot of your things. And if you wanted to sweeten, I guess a plant-based person would put a little bit of maple syrup just to give that, cut that acidity, because sweet balances acid. Anyways, enough of that. I'm not a biologist. I'm just a cook in the kitchen, a girl in her pan. All right, so you can add them for flavor and taste it as you go. I left mine naked. I like it pure. Okay, so the tomato sauce, 8 ounce, requires 1/3 cup of our tomato powder and a cup of water. Okay, let's see how this rolls. 1/3 cup of tomato powder. I'm going to shake it because it comes pretty condensed. Here's my 1/3 cup. Okay. Now these won't sit around for me, guys. I'm going to do the 2 recipes I suggested that they go with very quickly. Like I'm going to be making my Spanish beans soon. Here's my car. Here, cut my car. What is happening? I get so excited. I gotta tell myself, Janine, calm down. You're like the food geek. All right. Okay. I gotta put a cup of water in here. Having a little faucet problem. 8 ounce tomato sauce, 1/3 powder, and a cup of water. Okay, here we go. Let's roll. Cup of water. And this one goes in the jar, guys, because we're going to have to shake this to the proper consistency, okay? We're going to pour it in there. Okay. I'll do a little bit after. Let me get it going. Let me not make a mess everywhere because I haven't done this before. It's a first for me, too. I see some congealing to the bottom. So do half and then do the other half, okay? I see it. Okay. Let me get a bowl out, prepared to show you. See, it's almost still at the tomato paste consistency, but I want to show you. And you add more water if you need it, okay? I feel I may need it in here. I'm going to let it run so I stay prepared. Let me get it. Because you know the 8-ounce consistency. You know what this can should be like. You know what tomato paste should be like, right? That I can't teach you. You got to know. If you're cooking with these items, you know. If you know, you know. Okay. Let me see. I think it's at the right consistency, and we use what? We're off by a little bit. We left a little bit behind. All right. Let's water that up a little bit more. So it'd be like a cup and a little, go a tablespoon or a teaspoon at a time after the 1 cup. Okay. You'll see. Oh, I think Daddy may be home. We'll see. Millie. Daddy's probably home. That's why I say on this channel, I keep it real. I cannot edit this out. I can't go, Millie. Did you ever? Okay. Millie, come here. Let's ignore her because this is more exciting. Millie, you're ruining Mommy's video. This is beautiful, guys. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Look, I want to bet. Look at this, guys. Okay. Like I said, you probably need a little bit more water, and I'll show you just to give you an example. Millie! You want a treat? Come here, Papa. And I'll show you in front of you. This is what you should do. If you occur that you say everybody's water and this and that is different. So you would just add a little bit more till it's this consistency. This is fairly watery. But let's say you wanted it a little bit more thicker because of your recipe. See? You just add more. You're in control. That's the beauty of this. You control all of it. The salt and content, the sugar. This is sugar-free and salt-free. Anybody want a little poodle? She's going very quickly. See? See? Now you're getting more to it. That, you just do this. Keep adding the water till you get it where you like for your recipe. For my recipe, I can't add too much or too little because I'm going to be adding it into beans. So there you go. There you go, guys. Okay? There you go. All righty. So that's that. Now I'll add a little bit more water, or I may just clean this up and leave it. These are just demonstrations today, but I won't waste them, I promise you. Okay, now, because I showed you the water amounts, the last one I want, come here, let me just get this dog. I'm gonna kill, excuse me one second. Come here, Millie. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Okay, this is the, I so apologize. This is the only way to keep this little girl. She hears our neighbor, the old neighbor we have. She has an aide, and whenever they run in and out of the door, she goes berserk. Okay, but I could talk with my baby in my arm. What mama doesn't? Okay, let's be serious. Now, I didn't do it today on camera because I'm not wasteful. And this is inexpensive, but it's not cheap. I'm not going to lie and sit here and tell you, oh, you could be making tomato paste all day, this is that. This is for someone like me or somebody who could afford maybe a bigger bag and wants to still have the practicality of doing it at home themselves. Look at me. I didn't have the tomato paste in the small can on hand today. I didn't. If I bought it just for that and this ingredient to have on hand all the time, I'd be happy. But you could take it a step further. You could go further. I have the quart jar out here because if we mix the powder, the measurement, and I'll put it for you. I didn't make it, but I'll put it for you. It's a half a cup of the powder. That's why I didn't want to waste a whole half a cup because I'm not ready to use it. Now, the half a cup in here, you fill it all the way to the water and you'd wind up with the juice, tomato juice. Something like this, where you could make your own Bloody Mary mix. It could be the base of a soup. You put some onions and celery and carrots on a pot. You have this filled up with your powdered tomato, and this is the base of your soup. Okay, and that's going to be wonderful because you could do soup, you could do hot or cold, gazpacho. You could do Bloody Mary mix by yourself. Here's how you can do a bit of Bloody Mary mix. There's recipes out there. I think it's Tabasco, celery, salt, and a few other items. And you got yourself a homemade healthy Bloody Mary mix. There's tons of things you could do. You want to make a V8 and this and that. You say, oh, what am I going to do? How am I going to do that? Maybe you have a juicer. Maybe you have a grinder blender that works well enough to get all those veggies into a juice-like consistency. The only other component you're missing is the tomato. So powdered organic is good by me. I like the convenience of having it on hand, like now, tomorrow, or tonight. I want to make the alavaca. You saw right before your eyes, and I promise you, I'm not lying or making it up. I really don't have any on hand. I probably got so hooked up and knew when I bought the powder that I never have to buy it anymore. I stopped buying it. The jar you see that I gave you for example in this, they're old. They're like about 2 months old. Okay, guys, that is what I was super excited to share with you today in my little homestead wannabe. Wish I was a farm girl instead of sitting here with my crab who's a Cancer and loves the ocean and beach. I like to put my hands in the dirt, and I would love to pick a potato of my own, but I can't. This is the closest I can get to homemade and pantry. I sit on the couch and read this book because who wouldn't want to make their own Pop-Tarts? Are you kidding me? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I love you all for giving my videos, this week's videos, so much love and attention. You enjoyed the transformation of my cooking food jars that were left over. I'm going to do a video if you like. I have fancy ones as well. Things I do with the ball jar that you buy, and the way I do it is still way more economical than going around and buying the fancy ones. All right, guys, from me and Millie, who you'll see around, my photo bomber, my video bomber, the noisy girl who interrupted today's video, I apologize, but it's going to happen because it's a real kitchen, real girl, in real time. I'll see you in the next one. Enjoy, and I hope you make some at least tomato paste.